Meeting after meeting, I didn't know when it was going to stop. And then I remembered this is my life for the rest of my life, because this is what I chose to do, because it was entirely my decision to run a business. And today I was headed to a meeting in downtown Los Angeles.
I do love Los Angeles, you know.
It's a really beautiful city. It really is. It's like New York in a lot of ways.
I was just gonna say, it reminds me of New York, but bigger and better.
The people are nicer, I think. Well, to some extent, because everybody in New York, I feel like, is real.
I feel like
or
everyone
not.
has an agenda, like a very specific agenda in New York. Whereas
no,
here,
that's
people
LA.
are wandering.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I feel like people in New York are busy, but
Yeah.
they're normal.
No
they're
ha-
very abrasive, but they're like real people.
Yeah.
But people in LA, I think they have a private agenda, a secret agenda.
They're little smaller people.
No, they're not smaller people. They're not
That
like.
might be.
I just want to make it very clear, I don't think that anybody in LA is a smaller person. Well, there are people that are smaller, just by body size. Well, I'm not saying that little people don't exist. I'm defending like what Kib, or I'm not defending what Kib said. Oh.
So what are we actually doing here, dude?
We are meeting a friend. Actually, you haven't met him yet. His name is Vincent.
Oh.
Vincent Sear.
Oh.
In September, there's a very good chance Kib has to go back to Canada. For a little while, we were planning on a replacement. Now, we have very different plans. Plans that involve us going to Canada on a regular basis, which just sounds so awful. Either way, Kib is very offended whenever I bring up Sear. Kib thinking that Sear is his potential replacement.
He's not like replacing you, in a sense. I just think that we need to like work with more people, you know?
I'm fine with that, but I don't want him to look at me, you know what I mean?
Okay, what kind of people are allowed to look at you?
Ugly people.
Because you don't feel threatened?
Well, and I know I can beat them up.
So you're saying Sear's attractive? In weird ways, you compliment people who are going to replace you.
Oh, am I?
You're like a job cuck.
Wow, this is beautiful. I feel like I'm looking at Grand Budapest Hotel.
The Grand Budapest Orchard.
You never seen the Grand Budapest Orchard? But the boy who picks apples, brings them back to a hotel, sells them to a family that doesn't go to the hotel.
Finally, we parked, and it was only a matter of time until my meeting with Vincent started.
Well, I'm sorry to do this, but it's only gonna take like 10 minutes. I have to meet with Vince very quickly.
What for?
Well, with the new office and everything, I just wanted to see like. I'll tell you about it afterwards.
Why are you being so secretive, dude? You're really holding back today?
I'm not being secretive. I
You're
don't
being
know
real
exactly
secretive.
what we're talking about.
Tell me goddamn anything.
I'm your friend.
I'll wait outside.
I have to admit, I was pretty jealous of Sear's apartment, but apparently not as jealous as Kib was of us.
Cut me out of the business and I have a business meeting with your little boy Kip. Good old Sear. Good old Sear. Oh, God. See what you're talking about, boy.
So I'm going around right now trying to gauge interest in writing, whether that be long plot lines or certain bits for videos. Any help is greatly appreciated. I'm not sure what Kib thought this was, but in the end it was only going to benefit him because it would be less work off of his shoulders.
Piece of cramps.
First off, why are you breathing so heavily? Did you think that you would just be able to sit there and not be caught? Like, I don't understand. You're breathing like.
Well, I scaled the building. You guys are the ones that are busted. It's not me that's busted. It's you that's busted.
Scaling a building means like you climbed up the side of it with no help. This is a scaffold.
This says specifically fire escape not in use, which means you could actually die.
I know you're trying to replace me with Sear. You know, Sear? Think you're a great... I think
Just looking for a new writer.
this
You
is what
write?
this meeting is, isn't it?
Do you write?
I write everything.
Can you write nothing?
Say that to my face.
You write nothing.
Oh, really? I don't have ideas?
You have ideas. I'm not saying you're a writer, though. I'm not trying to replace you. I'm trying to bring on somebody, but I don't feel like having it public yet. You just tell everybody everything the second I do it.
I'll be honest, I feel a little foolish.
You know, the more I thought about it, the more I realized I can't blame Kib. The first meeting I had with Vince was to talk about potentially replacing Kib, so it makes sense that Kib would be jealous.
In all fairness, the first meeting that Vince and I had was about replacing you, just in case you were to go back to Canada. But we figured out a plan. I'm gonna go to Canada. I'm gonna fly there once a month. I'm gonna have a couple other people fly there, so you'll never be alone.
Is Sear gonna come too?
No. It was not my intention to take your place. That's not why we interviewed in the first place. Like,
No, that is why we interviewed in the first place.
I like his story better. He seemed pretty sincere.
To Kib's credit, he's very good at recognizing when I'm not on his side, and it's always interesting seeing what ways he'll try to warm up to me again, to try to show his self-worth.
I can make a potato bomb.
Oh yeah, what do you do to make it?
A potato, a Kleenex, a small-sized man who's only a child to help me with the things I can't reach inside that potato.
Is it a child or is it a man?
He's a small-sized child who's a man.
Can you or can you not make a potato bomb?
I'm so sorry. I have to drop off footage for my editor, so I can't do the potato bomb today.
Oh, okay.
Normally, I'd be down to create a potato bomb, but today, I just needed to get some work done. We're so close on closing the office, and I don't have time to lollygag around. So you can imagine how upset I was when this happened.
Well, thanks for having us, dude.
I mean, like, it's been kind of awkward, so if you guys just want to go to the roof and get a little breath of fresh air, it's like a nice view up there.
I don't know if we have time.
I'd like a little taste of the freshness. Steve, lighten up a little bit, dude.
No, I mean, it was just a very tight schedule today.
Dude, this is so ethnic.
You know, ethnic wasn't the word for it, but I do have to admit, the sights were breathtaking. It is important to stop and smell the roses, even if you're a busy businessman with no time for anybody else.
This is beautiful. It really is. All right, yeah, I'm tired of it.
Finally, I could get back to work. I figured it was time to say goodbye to Vincent.
I'll fuck you up, I'll fuck you up. I actually
No,
respect
no,
those
you don't respect. What the hell is this, dude?
It's just a handshake. You're not the only, you don't own a handshake.
Yeah, absolutely I do.
Well,
I
Sierra and I have
made
been
it
like,
up.
I don't know, we hang out a lot.
Yes.
And it
We
just
get
made-
mimosas.
Made sense.
I just want to punch him right in the fucking eye socket.
You can never fight anybody.
I'll beat the shit out of you.
don't got the guts, kid.
I got the moxie and I got the milk duds, boy.
Oh, you cute with that white shirt.
I'm about to kiss your
Yeah,
death.
I'm about to make you eat the
I'm about to go cross-eyed on your
dismantle
spunk
you and
ass.
send you back to
I'm
China.
gonna put a strap on and suck my own dick.
You're hurting me.
Bad. Bad.
I'll show you XO, motherfucker.
You know that face that little kids make after they trip on the sidewalk, and you know they're gonna cry?
How does it spill? Okay.
After 2 hours at urgent care, Kib was diagnosed with dizzy.
I'm not gonna make it. You're gonna make it.
I'd never seen Kib so shaken up. In a certain way, he looked like one of those broken dogs they have on TV to get you to donate. Yeah, like a weird perverted version of one of those dogs that just humps fast, just anyone's leg. Like one of those dogs that just, it wasn't neutered, so it's just always dripping semen. And there's just always a stain on your leg whenever you go to pet it, because it was just humping the shit out of you like 2 seconds ago. That's how I like to think of Kib.